Hey, this is a very, very beautiful day today here in Lviv. Today is October 8th, um, and it's close to 6 p.m. It's past 5 p.m., so it would be past 4 in Berlin, past 3 p.m. in London, and let's see, it would be somewhere around 11 a.m. in Atlanta. So this is a video about the summary of the day 226 of the heroic fight of Ukrainian people and the whole free world against evil. Today I will talk about perhaps well, main two events or two things, maybe a small third one. So it was still November 7th, 225th day of the fighting. If we are talking about the Pacific time in the United States. So still the day 225 when a big thing happened. This thing happened for us here in Ukraine early in the morning, but it still happened on October 7th in the US. So the bridge that connects the occupied Crimea with Russia has been damaged. There has been a huge explosion, and part of the bridge collapsed. Off the bridge where just cars drive. Also, there is a railway bridge as well, and there was a train there, and the train was burning. So at this point, we don't have information about how long the train bridge might be out of order, how damaged it is. We don't know. We do know that some kind of fuel was burning on the railway bridge, and it was burning for quite some time. And I just read today that if the steel has been exposed to the temperatures higher than 800 Celsius for more than 20 minutes, then the steel got damaged and it has to be replaced. So we don't know the extent of all the damage. This happened late on October 7th. It was early in the morning, October 8th, when people in Ukraine woke up and started reading this. And today is a big holiday. People are very excited. People are congratulating each other with this. So there are two major things about this explosion, this damage of the bridge. First, the practical one is that really Russia is supplying pretty much everything in Crimea and everything in the south of Ukraine through railways. And that is the only railway road that is functioning right now that can carry stuff to the occupied Crimea and occupied parts of southern Ukraine. So if the railway bridge especially were out of order for an extended period of time, this would give Ukraine a really great advantage, and perhaps Ukraine will be able to liberate the territory very quickly if the bridge would be were to be damaged, stay damaged for a long time. So huge practical thing as far as the war that this bridge is playing. Personally, I do hope that it has been seriously damaged and that it would not be repaired very, very quickly. So that's one practical significance of this bridge. But there's a second one, and that is that the occupation of Crimea, of course, was very unjust. It was very wrong, and Ukrainians felt helpless. We could not fight back then ourselves. The world really didn't do what I think it should have done. So shortly after the occupation of Crimea, this bridge started being constructed, and Ukrainians felt helpless watching, reading the news about the process of this bridge being built and not being able to do anything. So there was this feeling of helplessness, feeling of injustice, feeling of very, very, people felt down, very put down about that. And so today, when this happened, and with all the war that the events that have been happening in Ukraine recently, liberating a lot of big parts of Ukraine, and seeing people who were under occupation coming out and rejoicing, and tears on their on their eyes, hanging our shoulders. So we've been seeing all of that, and this is something that's very, very encouraging for people. And so really today, this big, big, big day of really joy and vindication, and feeling that the retribution has been partially done for all the injustice, for all the humiliation, for all the suffering, for all the pain that Ukraine has been experiencing since the occupation of Crimea in 2014, and since the war has started in February of this year. So again, big day of celebration. And then somewhat connected to this is, or to a large degree connected to this, is that so this is the summary of the day 226 of the war, and the bridge did get damaged on this day, at least if we're talking about the Pacific time in the United States. But there's another significance of October 7th, and that is that officially this is Putin's birthday. Some people say that this is incorrect, but officially he was born on October 7th, 70 years ago. So yesterday was his 70th year. And so some people were saying that, okay, or maybe anticipating, or saying that Ukraine might prepare some kind of a surprise for Putin on his birthday. And one thing that we did here on October 7th was that the Ukrainian drone hit an air base 300 kilometers from Moscow, which is about 200 miles, 200 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, so something like 120 miles. And this drone exploded over the airfield, and two strategic Russian bombers, Tu-22, were destroyed. So we don't know whether that is the case or not. So maybe people thought that, okay, this drone and the explosion of supposedly those two planes was a present that Putin received. But who knows? Maybe the bridge was meant to be the present. Maybe it was intended to happen on October 7th, the day of Putin's birthday. So, and just one more thing about Putin. Some people are materialists. They believe that the only thing that there exists in this war is matter, and everything could be described in terms of material things. So other people believe that in philosophy it's called idealists, people who believe that there are other things than just matter. So if you believe that evil exists, if you believe that there is such a thing as evil, Putin is the concentration of evil. I mean, can you imagine? Some people may hurt, I don't know, a cat or a dog, and they could just suffer, really feel pretty bad about what they've done. Some people may be hurt. I don't know, maybe there was like a car accident, and, unintentionally somebody hit a car when somebody else was driving, and maybe another person got injured. And some people would just feel very, very bad about this. There, there is a notion, there is a concept of conscience, for example. So can you imagine Putin? He has killed, because of his orders, he killed hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know, maybe soon we could talk about millions, because he killed hundreds of thousands in Chechnya. He killed now hundreds of thousands of people in Ukraine. And his policies of corruption killed a lot of people in Russia because of, people see no future. So people get drunk and get on drugs and stuff like that. So you can count that as the casualties, I think, of his as well. So, by the way, I think when Putin was in his second term, and he was asked whether he would ever run for presidency again, he said something like, no, it's impossible. Like, if you stay for this and this long, for too long as a president, you just go crazy. You just go totally, nuts. But now he has been running Russia since 2000, so it's been 22 years that he's been somebody who would hold absolute power. So he totally lost it. I mean, just if somebody were just a regular person, I mean, not evil, still the person would just lose total touch with reality. There is this saying as well that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, but also there is something really evil about him. There is such a thing as psychopath. People who commit crimes, who commit terrible, terrible things, and they don't feel anything. So this is really him. This is really what he is. He has. Some people said that he has these dead eyes. There is nothing there. Anyway, I personally myself, I don't really call him a human being. He's not a human being. As far as he doesn't have humanity, he is totally evil, possessed by evil. This is my strong belief. Anyway, so he did celebrate his birthday on the 226th day of the war. And on the same day, the Crimea bridge, the symbol of injustice, the symbol of occupation, the symbol of humiliation of Ukraine, got really, really damaged. And here in Ukraine, people celebrated, people felt vindicated, people felt that some of the retribution has been paid for that. Um, this is it. Thank you very much for listening, and everybody have a great day. And thank you very much for supporting Ukraine. This is not just the fight of Ukraine against evil. This is the fight of all the people of goodwill, people who believe in justice against evil. Thank you very much. Bye.